It'll be harder to determine who actually missed out on that game too after.
Don't forget though, it's not always an infinite loading screen. It could be people just like forgetting to queue or messing up their queue or something.
With this much
people did it.
time,
Rightfully got a kill off spawn. That's what the cheering was about. Looks like he's landing Frenzy. That could be against Zexro. Frey, early game engagement now, looking to find something. Looking to find a couple early tags before he pounces on this, but
saw yesterday how messy these fights can get on islands.
so messy and so prolonged. But he does have the medkit if he needs to work with it. There's another Frenzy first zone.
That means Wolfies has more time to see who his target is.
Ooh, big pre-fire. And also an unusual spot for that player to make that edit from. He's playing very risky the way that he's making these resets. Not Frey, but the other player.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
Frey's got a huge hammer. All right, now on the back end, nice little advantage on the fight from who was low ground, but how many shields does he have? He has an RPG actually, went for those tack shots right through with the combo. Not his wall, not an aggressive take as well, not his pyramid either. Frey's under lockdown right now. Can't find a way out. Has to try to confuse his opponent if it's possible. Who is he fighting is the question.
He might be done. Kenshi takes out Frey, and Frey, who was at probably what? 8th place, I believe. Here's Sparebow. Changed his drop. No way is Wolfie's hiding in a haystack. This is so uncharacteristic, bro.
This is you know, we talked about it yesterday. How are hideouts? When can you use them, right? And now he has the nades to pop out. Just watch people go by. Third partying this, attracting other third parties to come through as well. More people shooting from the right. The fight elevates all the way up top. Metal use, brick use, white
High Sky goes down. He's gonna be able to move in and possibly get even a couple more. And that's funny too, because they becoming good friends in the scrims, but bad blood for sure now between them. He's gonna get out too.
Yeah. Use them in the mid gamers, save them for those end rotations. A storm fight happening right now.
It's a big one too. Zone's moving. Nice tracking. Does end up getting that first shot. Epic Whale is the player who goes down to what I can't tell. I think this might be Ryzik somebody.
If it's Flois, he's in the top 10.
Yeah. It's Ryzik's Flow because he does have a lot of points. So he just took out Epic Whale on the rotation out of Sweaty Sands. Really, really bad for who we just saw in zone. Ryzik's Flow 6. Flow 6? Flois.
Yeah.
And so they might rotate next to each other. And with Storm Surge, Punisher might have to W key him. Because he had 0 elims. He was popping a medkit, so maybe he was fighting somebody who ended up backing off. But, ooh.
Max right now. Diego.
What? That pre-fire was nice, but he's on the back foot, backed up against natural walls. Never a situation you want to be in because you can't see through them. You can't make the edits. You can't escape. And all being on land, everybody has the same ping. It's all even in that situation. Surprised he's not just breaking one of those walls down.
I mean, you have to understand all these box fights now have an extra incentive. That Storm Surge, the number just active on so many players' screens.
Mr. Savage just took out Creo. A big 1v1. Mr. Savage starting to come back into this. Slowly but surely.
Multiple rounds in this huge fight. Here comes the replaces. Now the whole server knows that this is another player that's available to spray at potentially. This box fight gets to develop going underground now.
Storm Surge is finally done. Sten Sheezy, the last member. I saw Colorful did get an elim onto Nolan, I believe. It might have been the other way. Here's the zone, how it's moving outside of Lazy Lake. Look at the congestion. We're going to have a southwest side be probably dead side, or actually southeast side. But with the
people there too.
What are you saying?
There's still a lot of people that have left to rotate from southeast as well.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an even spread. Once again, you know, everyone on the outsides, a few people in the center.
Not even close, by the way.
It's just
8 games.
Game 3, 8 games to play. And game 3 is not even in Endgame yet. So it's a long marathon. And yeah, people are, you know, busting out the gate fast. But Kanata already dwindled down to 6th place. If he's on rotation.
Oh.
A little bit of a stutter there.
Big stutter. That's why it's so important for you basically not to be trying to engage at this stage of the game, because look at the performance right now.
I just squeaked, actually.
Then 5 seconds they need to be. A lot of people will hear those. They're looking. They're watching through their walls and waiting for it, man. Bully, Elam before placement. You see the distress in his face. This is Sparebow. Does have one elimination you see on the top right. Does not have zone, though.
As he does. Nanolite still up. Thomas still up. Rifla still up. Anybody else? Cool Penguin. That's Icy from the West servers. Alec still up. I need to see where Kanata is. Would love to see an update on him. Where Bizzle and Alex. There's Jinx. 53 points out of OCE. That's about top 20. Just barely looking at the leaderboards.
He's in 27th place right now.
Head kid on Jinx right before zone starts moving.
Not even just zone, but now 50 players left alive. Staying and surviving compared to everyone else is going to be the utmost priority for everyone moving through.
It actually has a dead side rotate kind of, it looks like. Ooh, I like that. Finding that stare into the hill and then editing it the right way that he needs to.
Little Instagram builder. And no one's looking at him.
Exactly. Ooh, Wolfie's in trouble.
He's
10 HP. Huge trouble. This is way ahead. He made it to half in, half out, but then just got focused by the entire server. So 36. He's still got placements. He's still got a lot of placements.
Let's say Veed, actually, that takes him out too.
Zate, Mr. Savage, Bizzle. As soon as we basically get a perspective, we'll be able to see that. Sparebow way ahead. Looks like in 6 zone right now. He's in trouble. He does have some floppers to play with, but he's getting focused by the entire server.
Every time he falls, just 2 layers. That's about 100 mats almost that he uses. The flopper has to be popped, but it's not enough for him. He's going to be listening to that music all the way back to the lobby into the next battle bus. There's big shots coming in on rotation here. I don't know exactly who, but a big shot. Not going to be hitting that zone, catching up.
I think that was Alec who went down. Here's Jinx. Right before 6 zone moves, it went all the way through Lazy Lake. So Diego, who was in Lazy way before, possibly in a good spot. Savid picked up another one. Nice shot there onto Alpha. Zexro. That was Zex. Was that Zexro? No, Zexro's now spectating Jink. I thought that was him going down, but regardless, 78 points now. They're rising fast.
This is a different mid-ground POV, not actually in zone, but ahead of it. As Jinx is insane on these on-rotation shots that are all hitting for above 100 damage with that shotgun and that follow-up SMG. The headshot comes straight through. This is another straight replay POV from stream. It's Savage. And we were wondering exactly where he was. He's on the left side of zone getting pressured. His build's kind of seeming possibly low. Jinx coming back to shoot at him. A nice block off and pressure from the RPG. Has so many utility options on rotation here too.
Mr. Savage with the RPG. He's got 5 elims, up to 115 points in this game, solely from eliminations. Nice shot on the Jinx. This is somebody who was pushing him and quickly turns. Oh my God! Mr. Savage turning it on in the endgame. 7 for him. There's a perspective of actually, I believe, Jinx. So we can actually stay in the replay mode if we can. I'm not sure why we're swapping out, but oh, did he just get one more? I think he did, but somebody comes in from the back. It's Repulse God, another OCE player, way back in zone.
Yeah, now he has the RPG from Savage, all the tools of the trade that the Master could not use. The Apprentice now walking up, seeing if he can have a shot up at the big title. Repulse moving all the way up. OCE goes down, but then comes back. Vert blocking off the shot. A freeze frame you can see right here and almost shot in. It gets blocked off. Still moving up and holding height.
And don't forget, this is streaming replay mode, so it's coming in. If it pauses like that, that's just because the rest of the data hasn't come through. Repulse got on height, though, and 5 players left. He just have RPG to rain down onto the players down below. Who is it? Yagsu, Reunity, Jay. And I didn't see the last player there. Vert, actually.
That was a big filter. Lazy Lake taking out so many different people. Reunity, 68 left.
There we
Moving
go.
through Lazy as well. There we go. The spray actually comes through. A hard shot to make, but he does it. And now so far up, damage drop-off might be a thing with ARs. But at the same time, another big shot on the Vert. He survives with 1 HP, but another pickup by Repulse. He's on fire right now.
On fire, and now 1v1 against CLG's Jay. A new pickup for them. Does have floppers to play with in the zone, but he's so far back. The height play coming through, but the RPG is going to make this really, really difficult for Jay. Especially because he has to stop to take those floppers while Repulse is up ahead. I'm scared though. If Jay decides to drop down, maybe has an RPG of his own, can all of a sudden knock this way down because of how he built him way up. But that's the end. Outplayed completely. The way that he fought, it's like it's so. Well, I don't know exactly. I'm just paraphrasing. Basically, said that it's crazy how little they have experience in OC with these stacked lobbies because he's experienced it finally, said for the first time in his life here at DreamHack. And it doesn't apparently matter that you don't have the experience because he does it in the third game.
I mean, not even that. Like, you looked at how Jinx played and how he played as well. It's like, if you don't know the meta, the shots at least that you're hitting have to matter, right? Looking overall, Repulse is now up in first. Masep actually no points gained that game.
I'm going to go, I think we saw him go down in Elim early.
Early?
I'm going to go try to find Repulse.
Go for it, yeah. I'll break it down.
Break these down
Yeah.
the leaderboard.